morning guys, I am Janik from SMK Taman and I am a librarian. Last month I have bought a philosophy book from Shopee. This book is called as Man's Search for Meaning by Victor E. Frank. This book is one of my favorite books because it has brought many of benefits to us, especially from the aspect of philosophy. Frank, he was a distinguished professor of neurology and psychology. In his book, he chronicles that his experience in a concentration camp during the World War II. During the days in the camp, he was beaten, he was tortured, he was worked until exhausted. Moreover, his parents and family were killed. Almost all the people were frustrated with despair due to the situations of starvations, disease, and executions. But, except for Frank, Frank was able to find that life is worth preserving. So, how can we find the meaning in our life, just like Frank? First of all, Frank said that a person who has a why can almost bear with anyhow, which means that a person, when he knows why he is living in this world, he will know how can he live in this world. Even though Frank was in dire situation and had been stripped of almost all his humanity, but he still managed to find the meaning in his life, even in predicament. For instance, Frank, he imagined himself as a psychology professor in future, who was giving a speech, a lesson to the students based on his current experience in a concentration camp. At that moment, those miserable experiences had become beneficial to him. Why? Because those memories had become a part of his psychology lesson to his students, and also a stepping stone for him to reaching the success of his professor career. For more explanations, there are two types of prisoners: those who had lost faith and hope for future, and those that didn't. According to Frank research, he found that the people who had the momentum in their life, are more likely to survive in any challenges, in any obstacles. In life, if you have a clear subject, you are able to find that the meaning in our life and also able to face with any challenges. That's why we should ask ourselves, do we have the strong momentum in our life to go through all the challenges? For the next point, Frank said that we always have a choice. We have a choice between the incident and response. There's a gap, and in the gap is the ability to choose the response. Indeed, there are many external forces exerting on us that we cannot control, such as traffic, weather, and so on. But nevertheless, never forget that we always have a freedom to make a response. Frank, he said that everything can be taken from a man, but only one thing cannot be taken, which is the freedom. The freedom to make a choice, the freedom to make your attitude, the freedom to make yourself sustainable. When you cannot change the incident, change yourself, and you can also choose to behave like a sand or like a chicken, just based on your decisions, not on your conditions. Attitude determines altitude. For the last point, Frank said that happiness and success cannot be pursued, must be ensured. Don't aim at success. The more you aim at it, the more you are going to be missing for it. Just let it happen without caring about it. Listen to what your conscience commands you to do and carry out it to the best of your knowledge. That's why the success will follow you precisely, because you have forgotten it already. And then for the last conclusion, what is the most profound effects from this book bring to us? I think that for this book, it is the outstanding book because Frank, he was one of the most moral hero in the 20th century. Even though Frank, he was a survivor and he was suffered from the trauma of the Holocaust, of the concentration camp, but he still managed to save himself, save other survivors. And I think that every human being should read this book. This is a book for us to cherish, to debate, for us to learn the meaning in our life, so that we can find the greater purpose in our life and we have a momentum to go on our life. No matter who you are, whenever, wherever, however, there is always an alternative way for us to choose to make a change. Even a small change can make a big change. Never say hard, never say die. Thank you for watching. That's all for now.